Hi guys, welcome back to Creative Frenzy. Okay, so today I want to discuss with you faces. Three mistakes I made in the beginning when drawing faces for art journaling or, whatever you want to use it for. So my first mistake was using too large a piece of paper. It's like the blank canvas. It was way too big. It was way too intimidating. So smaller scale. Use scrap pieces of paper. I would just take some simple copy paper, left over from, whatever, even some leftover pieces from other printouts. Just use the back side of it. It's okay. And then I would just, put a bunch of them together. I'd usually clip them together and just keep them on my desk. So if I'm, binge watching Netflix, I can just doodle on there. It's perfect for that. If a smaller blank page still, intimidates you, you can go brown packaging paper, which is also nice to work with. It's something a little bit different. You can use your light pencil crayons on it, or chalk, or I don't know, your white gel pen. If you have lots of gel pens and you don't know what to do with them, try it on brown paper. It has a different kind of look to it. This is made with some neon pencils and different colored pencil crayons. It's perfect for that. My favorite is book pages. So here I have a few that I've made just on some book pages. I tried some different designs. The beauty of doing your own and having a practice where you try different faces, different hairstyles, and the more you draw them, the more you develop your own style. So that's one thing I've noticed, having done this now for the last 7 months or so. That's how long I've been sort of off of YouTube. So, now that I'm back again, I'm just trying to share with you some of the things that I've learned over the past little while, in the hopes that, you can further your creative journey. In the beginning, I would draw, the grid for the face and things like that. My third mistake was doing that in pencil and then the lines over top with more pencil and then coloring it in, and then I would lose all the details of the original drawing that I had made. So do it in black pen. That's what I did. So this is just a plain black ballpoint pen. Nothing too spectacular. Easy. This is a Studio Line or Studio Gel Pen. It's waterproof, so you can use watercolors over top. It's nice and dark. You can use your micron pens too, whichever one you choose. As long as it's waterproof, you can paint, you can color, you can do just about anything with it. So, or you could leave it even the way it is, which would look quite nice in an art journal also. So those are the three main mistakes that I made. Too big a paper, not enough practice, and the wrong medium to use it in or to draw it in, kind of thing. So my favorite way, obviously, as you can see here, is book pages. So let's color one in. Maybe this one? Yeah, let's do this one. So what I like about this is now you can use watercolors on it, and watercolors are perfect for this because it shows the background through. All right, and you can use your watercolor brushes or whatever you feel like doing. These water brushes, if that's what you choose. But my favorite way is just to try different things. Don't use too small a brush because then it'll take you forever to color it in, which will drive you a little bit on the crazy side. Alright, I usually have some water. These are just lids from candle jars. What I like about it is they don't tip over because they have that rounded, wibbly bottom, So we're just perfect for this kind of application. I always have some water on my desk. These are the coffee creamer water bottles. I use them for water bottles. I usually have 2 of them on my desk, full of water, so I can paint or clean up whatever the occasion desires or requires, rather. So it's just a question of, and you don't even have to, have white people or black people or whatever. You can make her purple, you can make her green if you want to. You do mermaid colors. So you can just shadow it in, kind of thing. And then just work on you can just blot it. But I like how that kind of looks. So it's just a question of painting. Now don't forget, this is a book page, so you can't make it too wet. Now if you did this on watercolor paper, obviously you absolutely could do that. That's fine if that's what you choose to do. But I'm not going to be too precious about it because I want it to be too, not too, contrived. I want it to feel a little bit loose. You could absolutely use just pencil crayons. I mean, you don't have to do watercolors. I've done both ways, which is kind of nice. I'm going to give her some eyeshadow. Let's see what color. It's metallic, I think. What I like about watercolors, again, is you can see the background colors coming through. And you don't have to color in the whole thing, obviously. You can just have it blend in a little bit. Just do parts of the face, kind of thing. Now I've used watercolored markers before. Just use a piece of plastic as your palette kind of thing. And then you can just have at it. You can just create whatever you feel like. It's a lot of fun, it's basically dress up. Paper dolls kind of thing. When I first started doing the whole faces, like I said, I was doing the, all the different, techniques of drawing, correctly, doing the grid and, the spacing and all that. And which is fine when you're first learning something. You should learn, the very basics of anything, because that's how you grow and learn. And it's a lot of fun to sort of, think outside the box, because nothing is permanent in life. So you can just try different things. It's okay. That's half the fun. It's just being able to play. And don't worry about going outside of the lines. That's also part of the fun. And when I drew this, you might actually be able to guess what I was watching on Disney Channel. Golden Girls. It's a very 80s colors palette and hairstyle and earrings, and it's just fun. You could leave the hair the way it is if you wanted to. Actually, I might do that in this case, because I think it's kind of funny how now that the background is colored in, the hair stands out more, which is kind of nice. So that is what we have. So I'm just going to set that aside. So now we have that. We let that dry a bit, and we can cut it out. And here's my journal. So this art journal I started quite some time ago, November 2020. I try to write the dates on mine so that I try to remember, but there have been some pages that I left blank. I just done the background. Ooh, there we go. That would look pretty cool on there. So if you do some blank pages in your art journal, you know, these are all just sort of finger painted when I was kind of feeling blue, obviously, since there's quite a bit of blue. But, you know, just experimenting with different backgrounds. So that would be pretty too. Ooh. But I think I'll do the blue. So anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut that one out and put that in there. Let's see, scissors would be helpful. Normally you would just let this dry. You don't want to rip your paper when you go to glue it in, right? It is so wet. I'm having a hard time turning it. I just want to show you how it would look. So the beauty of doing it on book pages, obviously, as you can see, if I were to put it into frame properly, there we go, is that now you have two different backgrounds going on. And you have your own style of drawing faces, your own style of, you know, drawing, coloring, things like that. So whatever medium you choose, it is yours. It's not a stamp. It's not the same everywhere, which is what I kind of like about this. Nothing wrong with stamps. I'm not dissing them. I'm just saying that, you know, having your own style is always a little bit nicer, personally. If you like stamps, by all means, use a stamp. Anyway, I'm just trying to show you how I would do it. And this is one example. So these are some of the other ones that I've made. And I will show you now how I would draw one. So we're going to set that aside. Again, you know, get your black pen. And don't be precious about it. It's okay to just sort of, you know, doodle. And this is what I do when I, you know, at first I would just draw one or two things and not really be too specific about it. My noses are just a little, you know, just a little divot like that. I try not to be too precise. And she's going to have very luscious lips. It's okay. The lid, eyebrows. Eyebrows, I just sort of scribble them in. I try not to worry about it. I leave a little bit of white space. You can always add a little bit of white in there later on with some white paint, or I don't know, whatever you choose. I've used white gel pens, so she's going to have nice. And I try not to draw the whole thing. You know, I try not to draw the whole face kind of thing, and then I just give her some hair, some bangs. As you can see, my pen is dying. Probably because I've used this one so much. And now I have to go get another one. I don't know why this one's dying. Alright, so she's going to have some ears. Just little, And then some earrings. I like drawing earrings. I don't know if you do, but I do. It's a lot of fun. And try not to take it too seriously. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just going to go into your art journal. You know, you can do whatever you feel like. So that's how I would do it. Now, what I have done in the past is, let's see if I can find it. So if you have a circle stencil, which comes in handy, so I like doing like a little background. So if you wanted to expand your base for your art journals, you can make it a little bit bigger. So you can do circles if you choose, because it just gives you a chance to make it a little bit larger. Or you could give her a halo or a crown, whatever you feel like. Let's see, because her hair doesn't always go all the way. You'll develop your own style and sort of see, and then I would just sketch it in like that so it doesn't look too perfect. Perfect, you know what I mean. So that's how I would do that. Again, you know, it's still similar to a lot of the other things. Just give her some eyelashes. And then you can, you know, have fun with it. Just sketch away. Just have fun. Try different things. Let me see if I can show you with this pen. So this one I did with some pencil crayon. This one I did on some plain white paper. It might be easier to see. Excuse me. On plain white paper. Let's see. I usually keep a little pad around. You can do it that way too. This is a very leaky pen. And sometimes when you make mistakes, that's how your own drawings can sort of, you know, develop over time. Those little mistakes that you obviously think are mistakes just sort of become part of the character. And then this one is going to have, let's see, so that could be a different way of doing things. Now this is going to be very wet, so I'm just going to blot it. See? And then you can go in and color it. So in this case, let's see, I have some bright crayons here. You can make it very cartoonish or more realistic, however you want to do it. I think half the fun is just trying different things. So you don't have to color the whole thing in. You could just leave it as is, cut that out, and then glue it where you want to. So that's part of the fun of it. Okay, now that this is more or less dry, I get to glue that in. Now, I don't always finish off a whole art journal page, which is fine. You can do it in stages. Like, you know, like I said, this is a background I did quite some time ago, which you can absolutely just leave as is. And then you can just do little bits at a time. You don't have to do the whole page all at once. Creating in stages is also a lot of fun, and I've done that more than once. I will do my little art journals, you know, my little jelly plate prints, and I'll make a booklet, and then I'll do faces, I'll do backgrounds, whatever. But that's half the fun. Just trying different things, different techniques, and then you can just put them in wherever you feel like. So, I hope that was fun for you. I hope you got some tips. Like I said, you know, use smaller papers. Book pages are your best friend because it's a two-for, you know, you have a background and you have a foreground, which is perfect. Sketch, have fun, doodle, try different papers, try different mediums, and see what you can come up with. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.